I've had a lot of requests for a tour of my ice cream freezer, so that's what we're doing today. It's getting pretty full, and I know there's some stinkers buried at the bottom, and it might just be time to say goodbye. First up, we're looking at the bars, and already I know these will all be sticking around. One of them is kind of gross, but the rest will definitely get eaten up by someone this summer. I have a fair amount of these berry hazelnut cones that I recently made. Don't let the seaweed in the cones put you off. They are nutty and fruity and quite delicious. Next is the pistachio custard swirl with graham crackers and Fun Dip in a milk chocolate dipped cone with black sesame seeds. This tasty flavor was determined by the roll of the dice, and I had such a good time making it, I'm already planning another one. I have one partially eaten Dubai chocolate and pistachio bar with Kataifi on the outside, which turned out to be the best way to preserve the crunch of the original candy, and one of the first iteration with the Kataifi inside, which, while tasty, lacked that signature crunch. Sudachi is a Japanese citrus with a sweet and tart flavor that is really complemented by the nutty black sesame magic shell. I really love this light and subtle flavor. Last Halloween, I made this black garlic with raspberry swirl flavor in a dark chocolate magic shell to ward off vampires, and it also works on all creatures because no one, myself included, really liked it. It's better than you'd think, but worse than you'd want. I'm keeping it for fun anyway. Last month, I was asked to donate some ice cream bars to a school's fundraiser, and one of the flavors was a remake of this bubblegum and white chocolate bar that I'd made before. I made sure to add labels to all the bars with ingredients in case anyone had a food allergy. They were a big hit amongst the kids, and the bubblegum was the first to sell out. Another of the flavors was this lemonade and strawberry sorbet swirl, the perfect summertime treat. I also made a mango and coconut swirl, but I ate the only one that I saved for myself, and it was so delicious. I'll definitely be making them again. Another treat from last Halloween is this candy corn and white chocolate flavor that I don't really love, but it's too cute to toss out. This Capri Sun fruit punch creamsicle has seen better days, but I don't mind an icy popsicle, so I'm sure it will be a welcome treat on a hot summer afternoon. And finally, this unlabeled flavor is a basic vanilla with a milk chocolate coating, another bar for the school fundraiser. I chose really simple flavors that would appeal to kids, but anyone would love this classic ice cream bar. Now onto the pints. These frozen strawberries will probably be making their way into something soon, but for now, they're just chilling. Here's some extra strawberry lemonade sorbet that would be great in a boozy summer beverage, or just as is. This mystery flavor turned out to be a little leftover strawberry and basil ice cream. I never did a review, but it was quite mild and lovely. Believe it or not, I really liked this mayo flavor, though it's a bit boring on its own. It's still in perfect condition, so it survives the chop for sure. This rose and berry flavor appears to be in good condition with just a few ice crystals on top. It's not my favorite flavor, it's been here for a while, and I think it's going to go. If you saw my review of this ketchup flavor, you know how much I disliked it, and while it's still in good condition, I will definitely be saying goodbye to it today. Here we have some frozen raspberry curd I made recently for the leftover wedding cake that I remixed into an ice cream cake. It's probably time to thaw it out and use it again. Super tasty. Another mystery flavor, but this time I wasn't sure what the pale orange color could be, but after a little taste I realized it was a very delicious cheddar cheese popcorn ice cream that went into a popcorn trio flavor. It may not be for everyone, but I do like this a lot. I never posted the video for this no sugar added date ice cream because the footage got messed up. I haven't tasted it yet, and I should probably remake this one. I made this hot tamales flavor back in June of last year, almost a year ago, and since it was never opened and sealed tight, it looks as good as new. It might pair really nicely with a chocolate or vanilla flavor, but on its own, it's a bit one note. This maple spam flavor was a hit and a miss. This recipe came from Spam's website, and I loved the maple base, and the Spam itself tasted good, but the amount was overwhelming and the texture was chewy in a bad way. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye, old friend. Next is a package of frozen durian that I've been holding on to for a long time, so I should probably just rip off the band-aid and give it a try. I found these cute ice pop molds on eBay, and it didn't have any packaging, so I'm not sure who makes it, but they're kind of fun. And remember that mystery flavor earlier that turned out to be cheddar popcorn? This is what it was made for, a trio of popcorn flavors just like you'd get around the holidays. I love this flavor, and I had no idea this was lurking at the bottom. I made this green apple candy and pink marshmallow combo for a Wicked watch party a few months ago, and just like the movie, I really loved it. Another failed condiment flavor. This honey mustard chip was just too vinegary to be good. I like the idea, but it still needs some work. I honestly can't remember when I made this chocolate milk flavor, but it's way too freezer burned to be saved. Bye-bye. Next are a couple pints of orange starburst, arguably the least popular flavor. The first is a little freezer burned, but the second seems to be in great condition. Could be nice in a beverage, but it's not so interesting on its own. I actually picked the loquats for this sorbet last year, and it's another victim of freezer burn. I'm kind of bummed I forgot about this one. I'm not a big fan of Twizzlers in their natural state, and this ice cream really captures that almost flavorless gummy texture. It's no surprise to me that this one was forgotten. It appears I ate most of this violet candy flavor, but I barely remember it, and the ice crystals tell me it's on its way out. It took a taste test to remember that this flavor was the offcuts of my remixed ice cream wedding cake. It's a nice strawberry and cake flavor, but needs that pop of raspberry curd to really set it off. And finally, at the bottom, this adorable pewter corn mold is filled with, wait for it, corn and jalapeno ice cream. These molds are really difficult to work with, so I kind of abandoned the idea of using them, but they are pretty cool. Now to return everything to the freezer. And finally, the fallen flavors who will not be joining us on our adventures. Goodbye, Roseberry. So long, Violets. Farewell, Chocolate Milk. Get lost, Ketchup. Peace out, Twizzlers. I'll miss you the most, Loquat. Actually, I'm not ready to say goodbye. And lastly, Freezer Burned Starburst. Your memory lives on in your twin. And somehow, honey mustard and maple spam snuck back into the club. Your days are numbered. And that's all, folks. If you stuck around for this tedious process, I really appreciate it. Let me know which flavors you'd toss and which ones I should have kept. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.